Welcome to RAFSAT CORD. Make sure you watch this video until the very end, because today's story will prove one thing. Real survival power doesn't live in money. It lives in the mind and in courage. At the beginning of the story, we're taken to a small village in South Africa. The villagers are farming on dry, barren land, soil that looks exhausted, cracked under the sun. Sweat, dust, silence. And then, without warning, a man suddenly collapses. A violent heart attack hits him. He dies right there. His brother is standing only a few feet away, a farmer just like him. In a single moment, the air changes. The sound of tools stops. The wind feels heavier. The village slips into mourning. Everyone stands there, stunned. The farmer can't understand it. How could his brother just be gone? The shock presses against his chest. His thoughts blur. Soon, the entire village gathers to carry out the funeral rites, the rituals that follow death in their community. Traditions are honored, customs are observed, voices are low, movements are slow. But inside, the farmer is breaking. He tries to hold himself together. He keeps his face steady. He fails. Later, carrying that grief like weight on his shoulders, he returns home. His wife is there, his daughter, his son. His son's name is William. William is intelligent. In many ways, he's a genius. He has a deep fascination with radios. He loves fixing them. He spends hours repairing broken radios for friends and neighbors. To him, machines don't just make noise. They speak. In the static, in the faint crackle of signals, he hears another world, and he loses himself in it for hours. At school, the principal lines up William and the other children. His voice is firm, sharp. If any of you fail to pay your school fees from now on, you will be expelled. The words hang in the air. William's father is struggling financially. The fees haven't been paid in a long time. That truth sits heavy in William's chest, because he doesn't want to quit school, not under any circumstances. His class teacher, who quietly likes William's sister, pulls him aside. "You need to pay the fees soon," he says. "Otherwise, you'll be removed from school." But even he knows William's father doesn't have the money. Still, somewhere inside William, there's hope. A small, stubborn spark. Maybe a way will appear. Maybe he can continue studying. He wants to study more than anything. It isn't just school, it's who he is. His mother, however, wants him to work in the fields with his father, to help with the farm, the household, survival. One night, William is studying in the dark. The sun has long disappeared. The room feels hollow. He walks to his mother and asks for oil so he can light the small red lantern in his room. She refuses. "I can't give you oil just for studying." But the next day, after school, William walks to a junkyard. Twisted metal, broken wires, rusted scraps of forgotten machines. Electric parts lie scattered everywhere. Pieces of iron, shattered frames, discarded circuits. He searches quietly, and then he finds a lamp, a battery. He holds them in his hands and begins to think, maybe he can light a bulb at night. Maybe he won't have to study in darkness anymore. For a moment, it feels like he's found a small weapon, something to fight back against the dark. The next day, strangers arrive in the village. Unfamiliar faces, polished shoes, paper in their hands. They gather the villagers and say, "We'll give you a lot of money, but in return, we want to cut down the trees in your fields." A silence follows. The village headman refuses. "These trees protect our land," he says firmly. "They shield us from floods and heavy water. If we cut them down, our fields will drown." He explains that the trees are the true strength of the soil. They must be protected. William's father nods in agreement, but the other farmers hesitate and begin signing the papers. The document allows the outsiders to cut the trees. Poverty has tightened its grip on the village. Everyone needs money. Soon, the cutting begins. Axes strike wood. Trees fall. Within days, the green fades away. The land looks exposed, empty, and something in the air feels different. That same night, William turns to his father. "I need money for my school fees." His father exhales slowly. "Son, I don't have the money right now. I can't pay your fees yet. You'll have to wait until the harvest. After that, I'll have money. Then I can pay." The words sink in. Disappointment settles inside William's chest, but he says nothing. He understands his father's helplessness. Still, the weight stays. The next day, he walks to school with his friend. Near the classroom, he notices his teacher's bicycle. Something catches his eye. There's a light attached to it. William steps closer. He needs the battery from that light, but when he looks carefully, there is no battery. Instead, he sees something else. When the bicycle wheel spins, the light turns on. He freezes. Curiosity sparks instantly. How is it producing light without a battery? He can't understand it. How is it glowing? Later that day, the principal makes an announcement. All students who haven't paid their fees for months are expelled. William stands among them. The words hit hard. In that moment, it feels like his biggest dream is breaking right in front of him. Now he wants to study, somehow, any way possible, but he sees no path. At the same time, the rainy season begins. Heavy rain pours down. Water floods his father's fields. The entire crop is destroyed. Nature shows no mercy. The family's fragile hope weakens even more. His father grows deeply worried. There isn't much food left, so he goes to a friend. "I have some money saved," he says. "I want to use it to protect the trees, to save my field from water." It's his last attempt to protect his land, his family, but his friend shakes his head. A drought is coming soon. Kenya is already facing floods. Don't spend your money now. You'll need it when things get worse. There is no help. William's father returns home, heavy with silence. Soon, summer arrives. The ground dries completely. There is no water, clean or dirty, only dryness. Everywhere, the earth cracks open, and on the villagers' faces, the same cracks begin to appear. With no water left, their fields dry out, turning completely barren. William is seen once again at the junkyard. Dust in the air, heat pressing down. He finds 2 batteries. He checks them carefully. They're dead, completely drained, but he doesn't give up. Quietly, he makes a decision. He will build something out of these broken things. Somehow, he wants to fix the batteries and connect them to the pump he had already found there, so even in summer, his father's fields can receive water. He sneaks into the school. After class ends, he approaches his teacher. "That light on your bicycle, how does it work without a battery?" The teacher explains calmly. "It's an electric dynamo." William listens closely. Every word matters. Inside his mind, a new plan begins to form, but he doesn't have the money to buy a dynamo, so he asks, "Can I build one?" The teacher nods. "Yes, there are many books in the library about this. If you read them, you can build it." But because William hasn't paid his fees, he isn't allowed inside the library. The door stays closed. Another wall rises in front of his dreams. So he gathers courage. "There's something I know," he tells the teacher quietly. "You come to see my sister. If you want that to stay secret, you'll have to help me get into the library." He says it nervously. His voice almost trembles, but his intention is clear. He only wants to study. The teacher has no choice. He takes William to the librarian and gets him permission to enter. Inside the library, William walks between shelves filled with books. There are many about energy, books that can teach him how to build an electric dynamo. As he turns each page, it feels like he's moving closer to his dream. A quiet happiness grows inside him. Days pass. Then the president visits the village. The chief speaks up in front of him. He explains their need for money, the shortages, the struggles. But later, the president's men take the chief aside and beat him badly. They only want votes. The people's pain means nothing to them. Slowly, the villagers begin to understand. No one from outside is coming to save them. William's father realizes the same. Whatever must be done, they will have to do it themselves. No help is coming. The worry shows on his face. He goes to his field and begins harvesting what little crop remains. This time, the profit is far less than before. The weak yield breaks something inside him. There is only enough food for 2 months. After that, he doesn't know. Poverty spreads through the village like a shadow. Desperate, William's father removes the tin sheets from his roof and takes them to the market to sell. A radio nearby broadcasts a warning. Food prices will rise sharply soon. There is very little grain left in the country. The news spreads through the market. Worry appears on every face. Many people grow anxious, but the truth is darker. It's a government scheme. Corruption runs deep. Officials lie to the people and profit from their fear. William's father joins a group shouting slogans against the government. He raises his voice with them. The fear inside him has turned into anger, and now he is ready to stand against injustice is agreed. Not long after they leave, 2 trucks enter the village. They're loaded with sacks of grain. The government has sent them. The grain is being sold at very low prices. Villagers gather around the trucks with fragile hope in their eyes. They have no other option. William's mother gives him some money and sends him to buy grain. He leaves, and through the back path, a few men slip into their home. They steal all the grain the family had harvested and stored from their field. Every last sack. When William's mother discovers it, there isn't a single grain left. She breaks down. A quiet, helpless cry fills the house. Sometime later, William returns with a small amount of ration. His father arrives soon after. One look at the house and they understand. Things have become worse. "We'll eat only once a day," his father says. "That way, we can make this last." The family has no choice. The government isn't helping. The rain isn't coming. That night, William goes to his sister. "I know you love my teacher," he says softly. "Ask him for the dynamo on his bicycle." He believes that small dynamo could be the beginning of changing their fate. "With it, I can run a motor pump, pull water from the ground, and take it to our fields." The next day, William returns home carrying firewood, but something feels wrong. His sister is gone. She has left the house. His parents are shattered. They're crying uncontrollably. The house feels hollow, heavy with silence and pain. William feels something break inside him. He walks into his room. On the table, he sees it. The dynamo, the one from his teacher's bicycle. His sister left it for him. She ran away with the teacher. William gathers his friends. They attach the dynamo to a small windmill, a simple spinning blade powered by air. They connect it. The radio turns on. Static, then sound. The children burst into smiles. For the first time, they feel it. Their effort can work. After that, all the boys head to the junkyard together. They collect scraps, metal pieces. William now needs a bigger windmill to start the water pump. For that, he needs a bicycle. He goes to his father. He shows him the small windmill powering the radio. But his father doesn't understand. To him, it looks like a child's stubborn dream, nothing more. William tries again. "I want to build a large windmill," he says. "I'll run the water pump. We'll have water in every season. We can grow crops all year." He speaks with full confidence. He wants his father to believe, "But I need your bicycle. And once you give it to me, you'll never be able to ride it again. I'll have to cut it." The words land hard. His father's anger explodes. He smashes the small windmill. "This is nonsense," he shouts. "Useless work." Behind the anger, years of poverty and helplessness burn quietly. quietly, "From today, you'll work in the fields with me." And William does. Hunger spreads across the village. Not just his father, everyone is suffering. One day, William returns home and sees his friends leaving the village. "They're giving up. We have to stay," he tells them. "We'll build a big windmill. It will bring water to our fields in every season. We'll grow crops again." Hope flickers in his eyes. Together, they go once more to his father. His friends ask for the bicycle, but his father yells at them and sends them away. Still, the flame inside William hasn't gone out, and he decides. One last attempt. Then, more bad news comes. William's grandmother has passed away. His mother breaks down. Grief settles over her like a weight she can't lift. And as if that wasn't enough, William's dog dies too. There wasn't enough food. The hunger takes him. The chain of losses shakes the entire family to the core. When William sees his dog lying still, something inside him collapses. He falls to his knees. He cries uncontrollably. His father watches, and finally, he understands. They have to find a way. Some way. He realizes that maybe, just maybe, their last hope is hidden inside his son's dream. He walks to William. "I don't see any other path," he says quietly. "If you believe you can run the motor pump and bring out water, take my bicycle." The words are heavy. William doesn't hesitate. He takes the bicycle. He cuts it apart, turning it into a part of the windmill. Now the entire village joins in. They dig deep holes in the ground. They raise tall wooden beams. Slowly, a large windmill begins to stand against the sky. The bicycle is fixed into it. When the wind blows, the blades begin to spin, and with them, the bicycle wheel turns. The wheel connects to the dynamo. They want to charge the battery. Everyone works in the fields while watching it, waiting. Every pair of eyes stays locked on the spinning blades, as if their fate is turning with it. After some time, the battery charges. They connect it to the water pump. It starts. In the fields, people suddenly stop. Water begins to flow. At first, just a trickle, then more. Water spreads across the dry soil. For a moment, no one moves. Then the realization hits. There is no limit to their joy. Tears fill their eyes as they watch water run over the cracked earth. They can't believe it. No one expected this, but William did. With his mind, his belief, his relentless effort, he made it happen. He proved himself. He showed that true determination and knowledge can defeat even the hardest struggle. His father walks to him, tears streaming down his face, and pulls him into a tight embrace. Time passes. Crops begin to grow, not only in their field, but in every field across the village. If William hadn't done this, they might not have survived. Now they can grow food in any season. William climbs the windmill once more. From the top, he looks out over the village. The fields are green, alive. From that height, he can see it clearly. His dream has won. A deep happiness fills him. Soon, news of what he has done spreads everywhere. When his school learns about it, they award him a lifetime scholarship. At last, his hard work and talent are recognized. Now, he can study without worrying about money. And with that, the true story of William's life comes to an end. It teaches one simple truth. No matter how difficult the circumstances, courage and knowledge can change them. If a boy from a small village can change his world with nothing but his mind, his effort, and his courage, just imagine how much power is hidden inside you. This wasn't just a story. It was proof of what belief can do. For more true, motivational, and deeply moving stories like this, subscribe to RAFSAT CORD now, because here, every story has the power to change the way you think. But the next day,